Hey, how's it going? My name's Lewis, aka 13 Wiles. Today I'm going to be doing a video about my first 2,000 sales on Etsy. It's not 2,000, I think it's probably like 1,980 something. But yeah, I thought I'm coming up to that 2,000 sales mark. So I do have some notes about what I want to cover. My artist name is 13 Wiles, but the shop that I'm talking about on Etsy today is actually a different name that I kind of produce artwork under, which is called Inky Gorilla. Inky Gorilla started back in November of 2015 when I found myself in possession of a A3 plus size printer. I've managed to get my hands on this printer through doing a Kickstarter project for something completely different that I was trying to get into. Whilst I was doing that, I enjoyed it and I had plans for that whole idea to go forwards, but I was also shopping a lot on Etsy and looking around for stuff to decorate my own house. And when I was seeing some of the stuff on there, I was thinking, there's a lot of people copying each other's work on Etsy and a lot of it looks very similar to each other. It just wasn't really satisfying to go on there and find what I wanted because there wasn't anything that stood out majorly to me. So I thought I'd try it myself. And I guess it's about time I told you about some tips that could be helpful to you in terms of starting up your own shop. So the first one would be start with trends. So if there's something that is currently in the news, something you've seen online, memes, whatever, find some way to build that into your initial products at least. Because if you can get the views on your initial listings, down the line, that will mean that more people come to your shop, you get higher ranking in the search listings, and if nothing else, it's going to motivate you more to think, oh, I'm getting people looking at the stuff I'm making, so now I want to make more of it. I definitely went with the trend of Scandinavian art. I produce a lot of stuff around gaming. That's been a big trend for at least the last 4 or 5 years for sure. So trends are always good to look into. Strong titles and tags. Make sure your title describes exactly what it is that you're trying to sell. I generally try and put whatever I think somebody would be putting in the search box into the title. So if I'm making a gaming poster, I would put in the first 2-3 words of my title that it's a gaming poster, that it's a Halo poster, that it's Master Chief or a Fallout poster. And this also works for the tags. You want to be putting in there exactly what you think people will use to search for whatever your item is. A pretty obvious one is good images. I use a mock-up for pretty much all of my posters because getting the lighting good on a print is really difficult. So if you can find a mock-up online, you either pay for it or there's definitely free ones. And then once you've got your poster or artwork put together, you can put it in the mock-up and it looks clean, it looks professional. I've had people ask me, does the frame come with this print? Obviously some people think that those mock-ups are actual real pictures. But yeah, I don't have the space, the time or the expertise to get such good looking pictures, so I go with mock-ups. A big thing I pride myself on, and hopefully my reviews on my shop show that, is good customer service. I've definitely lost money in some cases when people have either ordered stuff and it's gone to the wrong address because they've put the wrong address in, or stuff hasn't turned up because of the postal service. It sucks. Or just in general, people have inquiries. Kill people with kindness. At the end of the day, if people are buying your work, I think those people deserve a bit of respect and a bit of courtesy around if their order's late or if they want to make a change to it. Be nice about it and people will generally come back. That's the best thing I've found, that if you're nice to people, they start to become repeat customers, or they'll come back to you and ask you to do something specifically because they've had such a good experience. I love customer service. When I get crap customer service, it really sticks with me. So I always make sure that I'm overly polite to my customers. And my reviews tend to show that. kind of linked to that is making sure that you ship out your orders on time. I always make sure that they ship on the day that they're meant to be shipped or before. If you start shipping them late, you get into a real bad habit of trying to catch up. And then you've got people messaging you, asking where's my order, and then you have to explain, or you end up refunding them for something that would have cost you maybe half an hour of your time. A week after I've sent out a bunch of orders, I'll follow up with those customers and make sure they got their order, make sure they're happy with it, and see if there's any feedback that they want to give me. I think the personal touch to Etsy as well makes it a lot more pleasurable to the customer, and we can have a conversation sometimes about where they're going to put their poster, and they send me pictures of where they have put it and how their partner enjoyed it for their birthday. And it's just a nice way to kind of get a bit of feedback on the stuff that people buy from you. I would always say, if you're going to start an Etsy shop, try and start it sometime around a holiday period, ideally Christmas. Like I said, I started mine in November of 2015, which I think was a really good time. My sales went, pretty well straight away. I think that was a combination of the time of year and the stuff that I was selling. But even if you're selling completely original stuff that you've created and has no link to anything else at all, I think doing it around a Christmas period is probably the way to go, because Etsy, as with all online retailers, is going to have a massive surge of people searching for gifts around Christmas time, and people are more willing to take risks at that time of year in terms of what they're going to buy, because they will buy their mum this random poster online because they saw it and thought it reminded them of her. Quantity does not mean quality. I've seen shops with hundreds and hundreds of listings, and they still have minimal sales. I was speaking about this to my mum yesterday. If you have a shop that is full of literal bags of dog crap, 5,000 listings of it, nobody's going to buy it. If you have a shop that has 4 prints in it and they're all really fine-tuned, they're really nice prints, there's something about them that people will like, you're going to sell them. It doesn't matter whether you have 5,000 or 5, as long as what you're trying to sell is good to somebody, they will buy it. The last thing I wanted to say was about reinvesting. Pretty much all of the money I get from Etsy, I put right back into Etsy. So I managed to buy my iPad with stuff that I'd made from Etsy, and since I've had my iPad, that's enabled me to make more stuff for Etsy. Reinvesting is crucial to kind of building on your success. Hello, Koopy. How you doing, buddy? Come sit with your dad. Come up here. Come on. Up you come. Come on. Cooper is the most stubborn dog in the world. So yeah, reinvest. So yeah, that was a really quick, I hope, rundown of how I've managed to get to my 2,000 sales on Etsy. It's over a good amount of time, nearly 5 years, and it's increased my interest in art in general massively. It's brought me into drawing, really developing my own style, and coming and doing this kind of stuff. I've probably missed a whole heck of a lot of stuff, and please let me know if there's anything you want to know. Check out my shop, I'll have it linked below. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I need a drink now because I just spoke way too much, and yeah, I will hopefully be back with another video next week. Cheers.